Hi everyone, welcome to the session on Agile methodology. Today we are going to see the topic as Lean software development from the Unit 1 Agile methodology. Before we dive into the Lean software development, let's first understand why Lean became the important in software engineering. Today, software industry face a big challenge. Project takes too long, budgets go beyond the limits, and customers often don't get what they actually need. To solve these issues, companies started looking for the smarter and faster ways of development. Lean software development is one such approach. It originally came from the Toyota production system in manufacturing, where the focus was reducing the waste and improving the efficiency. The same idea was adapted to software development. In simple words, Lean helps teams build the software faster with a better quality and without unnecessary effort. So in this unit we will understand what Lean software development is, why industry use it, and how to improve the productivity and customer satisfactions in the real-time software project. In the next slides, we are going to see about the introduction to the Lean software development. Lean software development, also called as the Lean development. It adapts the Lean production for IT. It blends the principle from the Toyota production system and the theory of constraints. The goal is lower the cost, faster the delivery, higher quality, and better alignment with business. Lean aims to replicate the economic miracle of lean manufacturing within the software. It forms the backbone for many agile practices with financial rigor built in. In next, the foundation and origins. Lean productions was pioneered at Toyota by Taichi Hono in the 1980s. TPS emphasized just-in-time production and built-in quality. So, theory of constraints by Eli Goldratt highlights constraints or bottlenecks limiting the system throughput. Software Lean adapts the just-in-time quality assurance and total quality management principles to reduce the cost and lead time. Agile methods echo this manufacturing lesson by focusing on flow and value. Here, the focus on the value and throughput. Lean's ultimate goal is profit via the customer value, not just producing the more code. Throughput are equal to the rate of cash generated by delivering working client valued features. Teams must prioritize features that maximize business and customers outcomes. So delivery speed alone is insufficient. Economic value defines the success. A lean reframes software as a value stream, not just a coding exercise. Next one is the eliminating the waste. Waste is effort not adding value, leading to cost without the customer benefits. Example, obsolete requirements, unnecessary documentations and rework. Excess multitasking creates a setup cost, lowering the resource effectiveness. Late defect fixes are extremely expensive versus early quality checks. Lean removes these waste to shrink lead time and cut operating expenses and minimizing the inventory lead time. Inventory in software equal to approved ideas in progress work or finished code awaiting release. In software development, inventory does not mean physical stock like machine or parts. Instead, it refers to things like approved ideas that are waiting to be developed, code that is in a progress, or even features that are finished but not yet released. This is also called work in progress, that is WIP. The more unfinished work we have, the more delay and confusion it creates the team. The higher inventory creates the financial cost and limits the flexibility under market shift. When team keeps too much work pending, it increases cost. Why? Because unfinished work still consumes time, our resource and testing effort. If market requirements suddenly change, the team find it difficult to adapt quickly because they are stuck completing old work, so high inventory reduces their flexibility. Small batch size reduce the queuing, speed of delivery and improve quality. Lean development suggests breaking work into small batches. Instead of developing a big module at once, we deliver the small features step by step. Smaller batches mean less waiting time, faster testing and quicker customer feedback. This improves the quality and reduces the risk. Short lead time cuts cost while making the adaptations easier to customer needs. Lead time means the total time taken from the starting a task to delivering it. If we reduce the lead time, the project finish faster and cost less. More importantly, it becomes easier to respond to customer changes because we are working in small fast cycle. Lean links a high throughput with a minimal inventory and reduced financing waste. Lean development tries to create a balance, do more work in less time, high throughput, while keeping the low work in progress. By reducing the unnecessary task and waste, teams can use time and money efficiently. Now moving into the building quality in. Lean insists the quality is integrated at every stage, not inspected at the end. In traditional software development, quality checks are done only at the end, just before delivery. That causes the delays and big fixes. Lean follows a different approach. It says quality should build into every stage of development. That means developers and testers focus on writing clean error-free code right from the beginning rather than waiting for testing at the end. Defects found early drastically reduce the cost and unblock production bottlenecks. If defects are found late, fixing them becomes expensive and time consuming. But if we detect the bugs early during the development, it saves a lot of effort and money. Early testing avoids the rework and prevents the delays in production. Practices like unit testing, peer reviews, and continuous integration build robustness. Lean encourages the engineering practices such as unit testing, code reviews by team members, and continuous integration using the automation tools like Jenkins or GitHub Actions. These methods help identify issues immediately and improve system reliability. Refactoring and design quality prevent the future rework and technical debate. Refactoring means improving the internal structure of the code without changing its behavior. It keeps the code clean and easy to maintain. If we ignore the refactoring, technical debt buildups, meaning future changes will be harder and more costly. Lean promotes the good design to avoid this problem. Built-in quality means faster innovation with a less hidden operating expenses. When quality is built into the process, we avoid repeated errors. Maintenance becomes easy and the teams can move faster with new features. This reduces the long-term operational cost and accelerate the innovation. Now we'll see the managing constraints, that is TOC, theory of constraint 5 steps. System productivity is always limited by a dominant bottleneck, that is constraints. In any system, whether the manufacturing or software development, there is always one main factor that slows down the entire workflow. This weakest point is called as constraint or bottleneck. Just like a traffic jams delay an entire highway, bottlenecks delay software delivery. So Lean applies theory of constraints cycle: identify, exploit, subordinate, elevate, repeat. Lean uses the theory of constraint approach to remove the bottlenecks. It follows the 5 steps, that is identify the bottleneck, exploit it, subordinate to it, elevate it and repeat the cycle. Exploiting means keeping the bottleneck always productive with a buffered work. Once we identify the bottleneck, the next step is to exploit it. meaning we ensure it always working efficiently. We avoid any idle time at the bottleneck by providing it enough work so that it continues the operating without delay. Subordination aligns all other activities to the fees of the constraint. This means we adjust every other process in the system to support the bottleneck instead of overloading it. The whole team works at a fast that prevents the extra pressure on the bottleneck. Elevating the invest in better resources are tools to expand the constraint capacity. If the bottleneck still slows the progress, even after optimization, then we elevate it. This may involve hiring more skilled people, upgrading tools, increasing the automation, or adding infrastructure to improve the capacity. And next, the team's culture and uncertainty. Lean favors the empowered, self-organizing team with shared responsibility. Lean strongly believes that the best results come when teams manage their own work. Instead of depending on managers for every decision, lean teams are self-organizing and accountable. Team members share the responsibility, collaborate, and solve problems together, which feeds up the decision making. Visual tool like the Kanban boards, cumulative flow diagrams, and aid transparency. Lean promotes the transparency in work. Tools like Kanban boards help track work items visually using the columns such as to do, in progress, and done. Cumulative flow diagram shows the workflow stability and help spot delays. These visual tools make it easy for the team and stakeholders to understand the progress at any time. Daily stand-up synchronize work, uncover the bottlenecks, and encourage the peer support. Short daily meeting known as the stand-up help team members stay aligned. Each member quickly shares what they completed, what they are working on. If they face any blockers, this helps identify the problems early and encourage the collaboration among team members. Buffers, scope, schedule people observe the uncertainty and reduce the chores. In software project, uncertainty is common. Lean uses buffers to manage the risk. For example, scope buffer helps handle the unexpected changes in requirements. Schedule buffer gives the time for handling delays. People buffer ensures the backup team members are available if someone is stuck. These buffers prevent chores and project delays. Aggregating tasks smooth estimates, minimizing the padded safety margin. Instead of estimating the each small tasks separately, Lean encourages the grouping related tasks. This reduces overestimation and avoids adding unnecessary safety time. Accurate and realistic estimates help teams work efficiently without wasting time. And next one is the financial management in Lean. Lean uses throughput accounting unlike the cost-based traditional method. In Lean, financial decisions are not made using the traditional cost-based accounting method. Instead, Lean uses the throughput accounting, which focuses on how fast the system converts work into money. The goal is not just to cut cost, but to improve the overall system flow and delivery. Key metrics: throughput T, investment I, operating expense OE, net profit, and ROI. Throughput accounting uses the few important financial metrics. Throughput, money earned from the delivering value to the customer. Investment, money tied up in the systems. Tools like unfinished work. Operating expense, money spent on running in the systems like salaries and electricity. Net profit, revenue minus expense. Return on investment, ROI, profit compared to the investment made. Profitability comes from the increasing T while reducing the I, that is the investment, and OE, that is operating expense, simultaneously. By reducing the investment and operating expense, And increasing the throughput, we can increase the profitability. Lean improves the profitability by increasing the throughput, meaning the faster delivery and more customer value, while at the same time reducing the investment and operating expense. In simple terms, deliver faster, spend less, earn more. Monthly reviews combine the financial and production metrics for visibility. Lean emphasize regular financial reviews every month. Teams review both the production metrics like delivery rate, lead time, and financial metrics like throughput and cost. This gives the full transparency and helps make the smarter decision. This approach ties technology delivery directly to measurable business result. Throughput accounting directly connects the software development to business impact. It ensures that the IT or software teams don't just complete the task, they contribute the real business value that can be measured in terms of profit. And next one is lean in agile and business benefit. XP, Scrum, and FDD each reflect the lean principles like the work in progress limits, quality, and flow. Agile methods like the extreme programming, Scrum, and feature driven development follow the many lean principles. For example, Scrum uses the sprints and limits work in progress. XP focus on built in quality with a practice like the pair programming and feature driven development. He emphasizes delivering value through the small features. These all support the lean focus on reducing the waste and improving the workflow. RAD was an early example, time boxed but less human centric than the lean agile. Rapid application development was one of the first iterative development models. It used the time boxed delivery, meaning projects were delivered in fixed time cycles. However, RAD mainly focused on speed and prototypes. It did not emphasize the teamwork, continuous feedback, or people as much as Lean Agile does today. A lean contrasts sharply with the waterfall, which uses large batches and cost accounting. Waterfall follows the rigid step by step sequence like the requirements are design coding testing. It relies on large phases and late testing, which increase the risk and cost. Lean, on other hand, encourages small batches, continuous feedback, and adaptability, making it faster and more flexible compared to the waterfall. So lean achieves the predictability, responsiveness, and continuous improvements. Lean improves the predictability by controlling the work in progress, responsiveness by adapting the quickly to customer changes, and continuous improvement by the regularly reviewing the performance and removing the waste. This make lean balanced approach for both the development and business needs. The outcome, the more value more often at lower cost with higher quality, creating a true software economic miracle. By applying the lean principles, companies deliver the software faster with a better quality and lower cost. That means the more value delivered to the customers in shorter intervals. This advantage is something called the software economic miracle because it improves both the speed and profitability. Thank you.